Welcome back to Fit for Life. Today we're going to talk about nutrition, which is one of the basic fitness components, of which there are 6, and we won't go through them right now. I just want to read something to you. I have my little guideline in front of me, something that I put into our senior edition newsletter for our seniors at the Shrewsbury Senior Center. Nutrition and the holidays. I named it Holiday Eats. I get a little nervous around the holidays because I know I'm going to overdo it. Being diabetic makes it much more difficult to eat the right things. But if you do a little pre-planning, it helps. The temptations, everything looks so delicious. And you know what? It is. It's not a time to abandon your exercise regimen. Especially, don't stop exercising, whatever you do. I don't care if you have to stand and just run in place, turn on the TV, turn on some music. I know it's going to be difficult to walk outside, especially if we have snow or sleet. So stay inside. You can still do your aerobics if you have enough room. So it's not a time to abandon exercise. Just remember that. It does take a little mixing and matching, but once you start figuring out what you should eat and so forth, it'll come to you. You just use common sense. Go easy on the sweets and incorporate more veggies and dips, little meatballs. You can have things like that and not worry about it too much. How about nuts? Cheese, yeah, kind of high in fat and that kind of thing. But again, it's the holidays. Just try not to eat everything that is loaded with sugar, or just have 1 or 2 little cookies with your coffee afterwards, or your vino too. Aerobic exercise does become very important at a time like this. So expect to put on a couple of pounds. And don't worry about it. Just make your New Year's resolutions. And just keep that in mind that I am going to get rid of it. Don't be too hard on yourselves. And wear large clothing. That makes you look much thinner. So we're going to start with aerobics today because that will burn some calories for us. So just get ready. Move your chair back. We're going to turn the music on here. I'm going to stand up without holding on, right? Here we go. Just stand for a minute and bend those knees. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Can you hear that music? Good. All right. Here we go. And this is something you could do without music if you want to. Sometimes I do that. I stand in front of the television and I just start moving. Just kicking those feet out. Easy stuff to do. Keep time to the music. So I'm slowing down a little bit. Makes it more fun with music, doesn't it? Makes it easier. A little more relaxing too. Keep kicking. This part is good for balance. Just standing here and crossing over a little bit. Keep going. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Stop right here and just lift your knee up. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. No arms this time, just the legs. 2, and 3. Good for balance. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. And stop right here and bounce. Hands on your hips. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Out to the side now. You're just going to touch. 1, 2. Use your arms if you want to. You'll get a better exercise when you use your arms. Good. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. We'll just keep going to the end of the music here. Great. Wonderful. Let's do some kicking again. So you're going to cross over, touch that knee, touch the knee. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. If you need to hold on, you can still do this. Just go to the side of your chair. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. One more coming up. Whoops. All right, out to the side again. Use your arms. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. And stay right here and reach, way up. Good. And 5, 6. That brings your heart rate up a little bit. You might be feeling a little warm. If you're feeling palpitations or anything like that, you just stop, sit down for a while, have a little water to the side. You can switch over, and 5. You don't have to turn your head either. Let's do 8 more of these, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and stop. Lift your right heel, your left, your right, your left, and then alternate. Nice and easy. Good. Bring your arms up as you do it. Palms together for a second or two, and bring those arms down. Good. Let's do it again. So this is another basic fitness component, isn't it? Aerobics or cardiovascular. Good for your heart and lungs. Again. Up and down slowly. 6 and 7 and 8. You're going to walk forward, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and then back. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe, heel. Walk forward. Good. 3 and 4. And we'll go back. You're getting about a good 8 minutes of exercise. Cross over, cross over. Good. Again, you could do this holding on. Let's do another set of 8, and 1, 2, and 3, good, 4, and 5, and 6. Let's do something else for our balance. Stop right here, touch front, side, back, close, front, side, back, and close. Do it again. Side, back, close. This one do fast. 1, 2, 3, and stop, and bounce. So you can take little breaks in between if you think it's too much. For some of you, this will be very easy. Good. Put your hands up here. Arms up as you go down. Push that ceiling up. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Stop here now. Bring those arms up. Bring those arms down. Let's do a little stretch here. A little turning. So we're not even moving our feet, but we're moving. That's the important part. Bend those knees a little bit. Soft knees. Good. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 6. Last one. Good. Now you're kicking out again. 2, kicking to the front. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Now what I'd like you to do is just kick back. Kick back. Good. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. That's kind of easy, isn't it? You don't have to lift your foot way up. And 5, and 6. Now we're going to do a little ice skating. Are you ready? Side, and just touch. You can touch to the back or the side, or you can cross over and touch. Good. Kind of easy, isn't it? All of this is good for your balance. I like this one. Feel like we're dancing. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. And stop right here now. Arms out. Let's do some nice, easy lunges. Bring the hands up to the shoulders. Good. And 1, 2, 3. Keep going. And 6, and 7. Great. Bring that arm across this time. So you're getting a good stretch as well as cardiovascular exercise. Good. Here and here. Good. And 5, and 6, and 7. Just bring your arms down now. Lean over a little bit. You can move your head to the side a little bit or not. Doesn't matter. Good. Well, how do you feel? Grab some water. We're going to do a little bit of stretching, standing up this time. I'm going to move my chair forward a little bit. So it's a good workout. So consider you've done about 10 minutes of cardiovascular exercise. Now, walking is also for your cardiovascular system, so I hope you're finding a place to walk. Some of you might be going to a health club, and that helps too. So, again, grab that water. I'm going to have a drop for myself. Keeps the voice going, doesn't it? Cheers, everybody. Get ready for a nice stretch all the way down your back. You'll come to the side of your chair. Good. Just cross one foot over. All right, and just come down, come forward. Let your body just drop forward. You can keep your head up. If it makes you dizzy to drop your head down like this, you can keep it up. Let the arm come down. Feel that stretch now in your lower back and the back of your legs also. Kind of a neat way to do a stretch rather than doing it from here, right? We're crossing over like that and just dropping down. Good. And then we'll bring the arm up and do the important body position, reaching up, pushing those hips forward a little bit, holding on, and do that back bend that I like so much and we usually do at the end of the class. Now we have to do the other side, don't we? So let's cross over, good, and drop forward, keeping that head up, keeping it up, wonderful. And just let the weight of your body bring you right down. Touch your knee if you want to. All right. Now the same arm comes up. We're going to push those hips forward a little bit. So this is kind of like ballet, isn't it? But regardless, it's a good stretch. Just bring the arm across and bring the arm out. Let's go down one more time. Drop that body forward and down. And then we're going to bring up, up, up. Now the next thing we're going to do to stretch is a yoga stretch. It's called the warrior pose. And I think we have done it before. We're going to do a show of just yoga again pretty soon. So if you are interested in it, as I am, I try to do it at least, well, almost every day. Once in a while I miss it, but let's bring those arms out straight. This is easy, isn't it? Make sure the feet are wide enough. And this would be a ballet second position, but we're going to do the yoga warrior pose. So do you feel steady here? Make sure you're not back on your heels and not too far forward. So your foot should be flat on the floor. So you're going to turn your head. Doesn't really matter which side. Pull that chin in a little bit too so that you're not here. Pull it right in. You're nice and tall. You know, just picture a string at the top of your head just pulling you up. Do a little bit of a knee bend here. Good. Looking at your hand. And we'll come back up. So this is called the warrior. Now there's something called, it's really got a funny name. It's called the exalted warrior. I just love that. I don't know how they got that, but we'll bend the knee again, bring that back arm down, so that's going to feel nice to relax. If you have to relax or if you have to hold on, get behind the chair. You can still hold on to the chair and do this. Your knee is bent, and you could do it with a straight leg also. I love this one. Again, this is the position that we don't use that often, going back. So we need this for posture and for balance too, if you're standing here without holding on to anything, right? Good. Nice and tall now, shoulders down, arms out. We're going to look to this side. Say hello to your hand there. You're going to bend your knee, keeping this leg straight in the back. And let's come back up again, just to relax a little bit. And you're going to bend that knee and look at your hand. Good. And then come back up. I know your arms are getting tired because you're not used to doing this. Okay? Let's try it again. Drop that back arm down. Lift the arm up, up, and up. If you're holding on, you can do it just like this also. Feel a wonderful stretch all the way down your side, your upper back a little bit. This is the exalted warrior. Oh, I love this one. All right, now, as far as the chair goes, I would like you to get behind your chair now. I'm going to turn my chair this way for a change. Good. And you know what we're going to do. We're going to do our table back that I find is so good for us to stretch all the way down the back. So you're going to walk back just a few steps, Keep your arms straight. Try to flatten what you feel is a flat back. You can't see it unless you have a mirror over here or over there. But try to flatten as much as you can. That means your head will go down because it's attached, right? Try to hold that tummy in just a little bit and then release it. Tighten just a little bit while you're there. If you can do it, that's a good exercise to tighten and tone your abdomen. All right, now just relax. Let's walk back up. Easy stuff, right? Lift that arm up. Now, if you're going to become a dancer, I want to be able to see when I turn. So instead of having your arm here, I'd like you to bring it back just a little bit. Up, 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 pushing those hips forward. Wonderful. Bring the arm down. Let's try it again. Bring that arm up. So now we're getting a nice stretch. We did some cardiovascular. Now we're doing flexibility. Push those hips forward. Bring that arm back. Doesn't that feel good? You're looking up at the ceiling. Wonderful. Bring the arm down. Let's do one more because I think this is an important one. We're going to walk back again. Flatten, flatten, flatten. As much as possible. Bring those shoulders down though. And now flatten your back. And there I am sitting on the table. Well, that's okay. We'll walk back up. All right. The other arm up. Push those hips forward. We'll do it again. And then bring the arm down. All right. Now, now you're going to have a seat. This is the easy part. I'm going to pull my chair back a little. Grab some water. You can drink water in between when you're exercising. You don't have to wait till you're finished, right? I'm going to come back. I'm going to sit down this time without holding onto the chair, but just be careful if you're not steady on your feet. You can feel back here and see if the arms are waiting for you. So we'll have a little bit more water. You shouldn't really be huffing and puffing at this point, but if you haven't been doing any exercise at all, you might be. So what we're going to do is my favorite exercise, which stretches almost all of the upper and lower body. And how do we do that? We come forward in the chair. I really like this one. Again, there goes my posture. Hands right here. Pull yourself right up. Shoulders down. Wonderful. Now we're going to turn those legs just a little bit. So you're going to be on an angle, either side, but whichever makes it easier to follow me, whichever side makes it easier to follow me, just kind of follow me around. Now you need to come forward in the chair just a little bit and reach back with your foot here. Nice and tall, shoulders down again. All right. And I want you to reach down. Now, I have a stretchy exercise pant on. If I couldn't reach my ankle or my shin, I could hold on to that, couldn't I, and just pull it up. So do the best you can here, as long as you have your leg back and pull it up. So this in itself is, might be strenuous for some people. If you can let go with the hand that's here, you're going to reach forward and pull back at the same time. What do you think? This is a wonderful stretch. You wouldn't want to stay here for five minutes or no. I didn't think so. All right, bring that arm down first and then just place your foot on the floor. You don't have to let it drop down hard. And now we're going to switch. This is for the quadricep, the one we just did. Now we're going to stretch the back of the leg. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders down. Why don't we do some shoulder rolls while we're here? Just to remind us that, yes, we do have shoulders, and they do need to be stretched out a little bit. Doesn't that feel good? Gets that blood circulating, too. So we'll stretch the back of the leg by just placing the hand here on your thigh, your quadricep, keeping your back straight and come forward. Now, you won't be able to come forward too much, but you should come forward enough so that you feel a stretch in the back of the leg. So keep that back flat and come forward. Good. So we're stretching one side, so we have to do the other side. So let's try it. We're going to, a little bit of a twist here, a little bit of a turn. So now your knees are on the opposite. But make sure both knees are parallel rather than one leg here, because if you're trying to do this, it's going to be very difficult. So make sure both knees are lined up, both legs, thighs, knees, okay? The leg on the outside, you're going to reach down. Hello over there. Lift up and pull back. So if you can do only this, that's okay. Holding on, you're still getting a stretch. Try to pull back a little bit. See how you can do on this one. It's really a nice stretch. And you'll probably see it a lot on the show. If we did everything just once, I'd have to be looking things up, wouldn't I? So these are things that are tried and true. I've been doing them for years. And we're going to switch the leg now so that your heel is down, toe is up, and you're going to keep your back straight again and come forward for this side. I can feel it more on this side. Everything we have two of are not exactly the same, if you know what I mean. Keeping that back straight, come forward. Now, if you want to, if you feel you must touch your toe or try to touch it, try to do it. See what you can do. And the more you can flex that foot back, the easier it will be. Now, the first time you do this, you probably won't be able to touch your toe, but if you practice and work at that. So let's lift our bodies up first, flattening, keeping that back straight, and then just round over. So slide your hand down and try to bring that toe back. See, I know I'm going a little bit more this time. Next time I do it, I'll probably be able to touch. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now we're going to do our spinals and stretch our spine, which I just love. And what we're going to do is open those feet a little bit. Just come forward, drop forward, keep your head up. Can you grab your ankles or your shins? If you can only do your knees, that's okay. Just come forward. Feels pretty good with a flat back when you do it right here. You're going to try to drop forward a little bit and then as far down as you can. Maybe you can grab those ankles. I know it's not attractive, not very, it's ungainly a little bit, but you know what? If it does the trick and it stretches those muscles out, who cares, right? So this is spinal flexion, spinal extension. I know you know, it's just straight up. What I'd like you to try today is really reach up with that hand. Reach, reach, reach. And then the other side. Feel as though your shoulder is just detaching. Grab your wrist on the other side and pull that arm up. And then switch hands. Pull the other. And yes, you can hold all of these much longer. So we're going to try this. This is spinal extension. You can clasp your hands and do it also and push up. Bring those arms down just a little bit. Pull that chin back and then bring your hands down. So that is spinal extension. Now we're going to do spinal rotation. How do we do that? You're going to take this hand, cross over, and you're going to just keep turning and pull yourself around so that you're getting a little bit of a rotation here. Holding on, you're nice and tall. All right, now stay here and turn your head back in the opposite direction. Now, how does that feel? Our necks get very tight with stress and just with stress, period. So it's not just exercise that makes the muscles tight. Well, let's try the other side. Take this hand, cross it over, and keep turning in that direction. Pull yourself up nice and tall, shoulders down, chin in, all these things we have to remember. Good. And then we'll come back. Now the spine can move in one other way. So let's do it. The spine can bend, and I think you already know that. Take this hand, cross it over. With the free hand, you're going to reach up, up, and up 3 times. Because you know this isn't a stretch, right? Up and over. Now this one really feels good. If it's too much, you can bend that elbow a little bit. Do the best you can. Bring it in, touch your opposite shoulder here. I'm only doing this because I think it looks so graceful. All right, so then we're going to switch. The other hand, reach for the sky. Up, up, and bend. Bend over. Wonderful. Oh, doesn't that feel good? I hope it does. It does to me. It's a great stretch. All right. All right, now let's give ourselves a hug. We've been working very hard. Cross those arms over. If you need some water now, grab some water. And then pull yourself forward. Pull yourself forward. Good. Again, you can keep the head up if you want to. Oh, nice stretch. And we'll come back up. Let's clasp those hands together one more time. Reaching and then pulling back. Now, don't be back here. It's too comfortable. If you can, keep your back away from the back of the chair. Ah, that's better. Now a little bit for the neck. The neck, that's important. Let's take a breath first, breathing up through the nose. And exhale, and as you exhale, just let the head drop forward. And it feels good, but if the neck is tight, you are going to feel it. But that's good. You want to stretch out a little bit. I don't know anyone that doesn't need stretching. Now you're going to breathe up as you bring your head up. Looking up, looking straight, and dropping that chin down again, and exhaling as you do that. I didn't say that fast enough. And then we'll bring the head back up. Now you're going to turn the head to one side. And sometimes you feel something there, a little click, or if it hurts, well, you have to really, really push, then don't do it. Just do a tiny little turn, okay? Don't hold your breath, so let's breathe up as we turn the head. And exhale as you turn to the other side. Good. You have two sides here. You have to do it. It's good for us. And then we'll come back slowly. Now, how else can we stretch that neck? Let's just drop to one side. We'll do what I call the ear drop. It's a nice stretch. We do need it. We really do. And then to the other side. Great. Oh, I can really feel that. So we've done flexibility for today, haven't we? And we've done a lot to make us feel better, live longer, hopefully, be more active. If we're living longer, we want to be able to move. So that's one of the reasons I started the show. And our time is up and I have to go. Bye.